was, wow, that's $1 million smile. You just brightened my whole entire day.
I'm so glad. I like your orange.
Thanks. I feel like we got a little fall thing going on.
Yeah.
You look like you can go to, look like you can literally just walk out of a boardroom meeting onto a private jet, and then you can go out for happy hours for drinks, or you can, you know what I'm saying? It's giving variety, girl.
I thought you was going to say variety show. I really thought that's what was coming next.
Well, hey, you never know what you're gonna get.
Snap, crackle, pop.
How has your week been? How have things been since I seen you last?
My unwanted guest is in town.
Ugh.
And she's taking me through the ringer this week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week, every month, I don't know what I'm going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, even though I don't even like chocolates. And yeah, this week, I thought I was going to end up on that show. I didn't know I was pregnant or something, because I something had to be, like, there's no way I was hurting that bad.
Jesus. Mine is, my visitor is visiting in a couple of days. And I want to eat all the chocolate.
Yeah.
Gained, I know, about 4 pounds.
Yeah.
For sure bloated. Super tired.
Yeah. I think, well, I don't know if I was tired, or if I'm just like, it's one of those weeks. But I definitely had cravings. I always eat sugar, but I had like super sugar cravings. So I actually ordered Instacart. Have you ever had a Dutch apple pie by Marie Callender?
No.
So it's an apple pie, and it's got like the little crumbs on top.
Okay.
I Instacarted it. That and some ice cream.
Like a whole pie?
A whole pie.
And did you eat it all?
I didn't eat it all.
Okay.
I'm working on it though. It's gonna be 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite pie, like to put in the oven situation. And so yeah, I ordered it on Instacart. I had a little credit, so I ain't pay for nothing.
Okay.
So, dropped it off at the door. I had the oven already heated up, warming up while they was on the way. Cause it's like an hour to cook, so
Okay, so you wanted that thing.
Oh yeah, and I had some ice cream on top with some caramel drizzled on top. And I ate that pie. And you know what? I just thought about it. I think that's what made me hurt worse. Because the minute I ate that shit, I thought I was in labor, whatever that feels like.
Ew, that doesn't sound fun.
It wasn't. And my ibuprofen wasn't working. So, I take 800 milligrams. I got a prescription. And sometimes it fails me, but I think that it must have been the sugar. Yeah.
Definitely could have been.
Yeah.
Mind you, we both are drinking alcohol this week.
Today, the alcohol is needed, okay? Because
I don't even think you mixed yours.
I did.
Okay.
I put some cranberry juice in there.
Oh, wow. A pinch.
No.
A pinch.
I put some in there.
Oh, the good old days.
It's necessary this week. It's, your cycle makes you feel like the world's falling apart.
In your crotch.
Everywhere. Like, literally and figuratively, the world's falling apart.
So it's like fires all around.
Yeah, and it's like things that don't normally bother you. It's World War III.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up. So, like world niggas, coworkers, everybody, just cut us some slack.
Yeah,
just cut us some slack. And we get a little attitudinal. Hey, it's okay to take one on the chin every now and again.
Yeah.
Let us have it. We'll make it up to you, for sure.
I didn't think I talked to people for 2 days straight.
That's really wise of you, because
Well, it wasn't me. It was just like, I got off work earlier than I had expected to, which is good. I went straight home on the first thing smoking. And I laid around. And I laid around the next day. And yeah, of course, Fred was like the first person I talked to, but that was, I was like, it's been a couple days, because it's Thursday, and Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday, it's been a week.
All right, it's been a week.
But
And, you know, we
Here we are.
here
We
we are.
live to tell another tale.
Exactly. And we don't look like what we've been through or what we're going through currently in our vaginas. I swear, women are literally superheroes.
I mean, you know, if the Lord want to take, let me not say that out loud. If I didn't have to deal with that, I would not want to deal with that.
Yeah, totally.
I was getting ready to say, because you know me, when I say things out loud, they really come true. So, I don't want like the ability of having kids to be completely taken away from me. So I don't want to say nothing that'll.
Oh, I know what you. Okay, and oh,
But I just, oh, the gnats are back.
exactly.
But I just don't. The pain, I cannot. I mean, if anybody had seen me on Tuesday, they would have thought I couldn't sit down.
They can't give you no medication for that, for your pain or your discomfort, or.
I've tried everything, and we've landed on the 800 milligram ibuprofen, which works most of the time. And then there's times where it just does not touch me at all.
Oh.
And I feel like, I'm like holding on. I was like sitting in the tub, just like holding on to the side of the tub. Like, it was bad.
Goodness, that sounds torturous.
Yeah. I can only remember one time before that happened. I was on a layover in Austin, Texas, and I was sitting in the shower with the water just running on me because I was in so much pain. I couldn't stand up. And as nasty as this is going to sound, I was sweating so bad and I was like in so much pain that I literally just turned the air all the way down as low as I could. And I laid out in the floor, like in a hotel room, laid on the floor, arms spread, like just laid like I was on the cross. That's how bad I was hurting.
Not on the cross.
My arms was out like this, and I was laying face first on the floor.
Oh my God.
I was in so much pain.
Oh goodness,
Yeah.
that's man.
Yeah.
If your girl is on a cycle, just cash up her Venmo or Zelle her some money.
Do something.
Do something, whatever.
If anybody would see the pain I was in, they would understand. I mean, and everybody doesn't have the same type of cramps I have. And they're like, oh, if you have a baby, then your cramps go away. I said, you mean to tell me I've been going through childbirth my whole life of having, ever since I had a menstrual cycle, and you want me to give birth to an actual baby? I said, it's got to hurt 10 times worse.
That's what I've been told.
And the pain that I'm in now, like I'm going to pass out. Like, there's no other alternative. You might as well go ahead and schedule the C-section, because if I got to push a baby out, I'm going to pass out. Like, it's no alternative. With the way that I cramp, every 26 days, I'm going to pass out.
How long do you do it for? Do you cramp for the whole duration?
2 days. The first 2 days.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still torture.
But enough about my menstrual cycle and how painful it is. What's been going on in your world?
Nothing. I've been staying out of trouble. Like nothing. Everything is cool. My auntie got the surgery to get her skull put back on.
Okay.
So she physically looks different.
Okay.
Because that side of her, just the whole physical difference and just improvement with that. So that's like been like the highlight of like my whole entire week, seeing her. And she's like, talking to her best ability and still got her, like nothing regressed from this surgery, which that's what we didn't want. And of course, having that protection back over her head and all this other stuff like that, they said it could awake some things and make stuff progress. But I just been like, I'm talking about like Holy Ghost rejoicing, running around the house about that. So like I have not a complaint in life.
Yeah.
At all. Like I'm
That's good.
That just she brightens up my day. So for that, and everything's been cool. Dating, I say I do
We already know it's coming.
That's been cool too. I don't have anything to rave about. Everybody has been like this.
Okay.
Nobody is like this, or nobody is like this.
Okay.
No, I really want to go to Pound Town.
Oh wow.
I need a good plowing.
Okay.
I need a good vigorous fucking. I'm talking about crazy sexual, cool, pain, love making, looking in the eye, but then you just flip me over and like that.
Okay. Well, I hope that you get the desires of your heart.
Do you know somebody?
I don't.
Mm.
I had to clear my roster out this week, honey.
Oh, well, you know what? Fall. It's a new solstice. It's a new
Yeah.
season.
Everything gets on my nerves. And with me being in this much pain, I think it was 10 times worse this cycle. And, I've had to clear the roster because,
Okay.
it's better than cussing you out.
That way, if you want to, which I don't think you do, you can spin a block if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
I think this week was like, kind of eye opening, kind of, dare I say, fuck you.
That's always, you never have to, dare I may I say it. Say it.
Yeah, I'm just over this. I'm over everything this week. Next week it could be different. I don't know. It's probably not. It's probably not going to be any different.
Okay.
But you can always hold out hope. You
Okay,
just never
totally.
know.
And I will hold out hope.
Okay.
Don't start this shit because you know it's about to start getting dark earlier. We're
You
single
know
when
what?
we don't
You
need
know what
this.
happens when that's why I
know.
say I don't like fall. I don't
I
like the
know.
winter. It's about to start getting cold. It's actually going to be a little bit chillier next week.
Mm-hmm.
So Toya, you better come down the street and get me
I
out the
will.
house
I will.
because
I will. Yeah. Yeah.
we're headed that way. I can feel it, and I'm really trying to not go in that direction, but
I know.
I'm headed there.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Like, do you have seasonal depression like
Mm-hmm.
bad or like every year? Can you say that it okay? And what does yours do? Like, you don't want to talk to people, you don't want to do anything, motivated, sad, like, or is it just like,
I'm sad all the time. I'm actually about to cry right now.
it's okay. I can make you laugh, girl. I can tell you about some shit that's going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I can say about these niggas, and I promise you, we're gonna single ladies. We're gonna make it through this fucking winter.
Yeah.
I cut people. I literally cut people off. Like, and I don't mean to do that, but it's like it's just a safety for me to just go to work and go home, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I don't want to need anybody. I don't want to feel and it's a fucked up coping mechanism. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to feel any coziness or comfort from anybody but me in my safe space area, because I'm like, if you fuck with me during the wintertime, the summer, spring and summer, I'm hanging out the windows.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, not ghost riding the wheel.
yeah. Yeah. So we'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it. I do have some tea to tell you, but I have to tell you off camera, and I have to wait to tell you that. But I'm not in trouble though. I'm not. I didn't quit a job. I'm not knocked up.
Wait,
I'm not.
you remember last year around this time?
I was so stressed out.
It was so much going on last year.
It
was so much going on.
And I feel like y'all knew it, and y'all just kind of like, man, just
well, you just roll with the punches. Like, what can you do? For me though, with you, it's like you got to let you come to me. There's no me
That's
pulling
true.
it out of you.
That's
There's
true.
no let's talk about it. It's
true.
just like my presence is here, and when you feel the need to just word vomit on me, then you do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, here it comes.
Could you visibly see something was wrong?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought I was wearing it so well.
Well, you know how observant I am. I don't think the masses knew, but I think that I definitely knew that sometimes there was things going on, and I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, no, you need to talk about it. I'm never gonna force anybody, because sometimes you can't form the words that you need to say, or you really don't know what you're feeling. Like, you have to sit on it. So I know people with me having that personality, I know people tend to just kind of come to me and word vomit on me. And I've learned to be like, no matter what space I'm in personally, I've learned to set space aside for my friends to be able to do that. Because, people be like, you have to come and ask me if I'm available for you to be able to just dump on me. And for me, I compartmentalize. I do that in my daily life.
Good.
So I think that what I try to do most is, no matter what I'm going through, I put that in this box. And I know that I have to leave space for my friends, because we're all going through shit.
Right.
Yeah. So it's nothing for you to come and ask me for advice, or you come and talk to me, or just let it all out at one time. And we gon', drink whiskey and
We
keep it
and we
moving.
I swear, during man, I think the podcast was literally it was literally probably like besides my close family, it was the only positive thing that I literally like. I wasn't working. I want this. I mean, I was broke. I was broker than I was before college. Like that
Mm.
broke. Like, and I'm like, you got bills, and I was like, literally, I was like, if I literally, I was looking at my journal the other day, and I reluctantly, coincidentally, kind of ran back a time during this last year, this not last year this time, but around that time, and
Hmm.
it was literally make it to Thursday. Just make it to Thursday to do
Yeah.
the podcast because I'm like it was therapeutic. It was it was like it just made me feel like I was doing something.
Yeah.
That's why misunderstood will always have a soft spot in my heart because I was like at one point I was like this is the only thing that made me feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah. And we're right past a year of hosting. We've been recording since April of 22.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, now we've made a year of actually posting content, which is crazy.
Consistently
Yeah.
through a lot of things, through so much stuff. Mm. You a bad bitch.
You a bad bitch because, child,
Cheers.
we've been going through
We've
it.
been going through it, and we don't look like what we've been through. Unlike you, Stella Rose. Damn, I'm drinking Stella. Okay, I should say it like you cheap, bundled hair Stella Rose drinking bitches. I'm by default.
Yeah, that was what was in the fridge.
And I needed a drink, and I can't drink brown liquor because I'll be knocking stuff over, doing cartwheels in the yeah
On camera.
on camera.
Mm.
I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
But I wanna bring up something that I've been noticing.
I'm scared.
You shouldn't be.
Okay.
Um,
Thanks.
so when we post our videos on YouTube, of course the comments are there for you guys to express your opinions, and we love to read them. And Toya sometimes responds. I respond from the page or whatever.
Hmm.
And we get some really good feedback. And there's really two people that are so consistent with, engaging with us. And I love to have dialogue with people. I mean, we don't have necessarily a show where we have a lot of guests come on because it's enough just to get us two here. Okay. So when we have people that engage with us, it's very interesting, and I love the dialogue. And I kind of want to just look at these comments really
Okay,
quick.
let's take a gander.
So definitely the comments that we get from her name on here is Asta Blue. She's actually from Vancouver, Canada, and she's somebody who literally comments on every single episode since we've been on YouTube. And I really just want to shout her out because she's really a sweetheart. She, gives her opinion. She doesn't try to say like we're wrong for anything we say, even if she disagrees. And so I really appreciate her for always, leaving us really good feedback. I think the last episode we posted, she did comment, but I think she's been going through some things recently because she hasn't been as active as she used to be. And she did say before that she was having some medical situations going on. So I just want to send you love because we appreciate all the comments and all the positive feedback that you give us. And we hope that you are doing well.
Yes.
Send us a little message or email or something and let us know how you're doing. And then there's another gentleman. His name is Kenneth Coleman 580. He is extremely active. And I'm telling you, I love the fact that he does timestamps. Like, he takes what we were saying, he cuts the timestamp, and he responds directly to it. Because, we recorded these, sometimes we record 3 weeks in advance. And so we don't remember what we talked about on the episode.
Right.
And I may go back and watch it before we post that week, but I'm not really, remembering what we said. So I love that you put timestamps. I think I actually mentioned him in one of the comments that I do love that he posted timestamps. But there's a couple, I think there's about 9 comments I haven't even been able to respond to because he'll comment like 3 and 4 times on one video. And so I left those here. And there's one. There's something that he said. So
Oh
this I'm
goodness.
gonna go with last week
Okay.
because that's the most recent episode, and we talked. Well, I can't say we. I talked about Sagittarius,
Oh goodness.
and he said the Google results show the most hated is a Gemini, and the least hated is Sagittarius. Let me insert that he also previously said that he was a Virgo. So he's not saying this because he's a Sagittarius. He literally Googled this and was like, this is what Google says.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where Google got that information from because it kind of sounds like Wikipedia to me, like a Sagittarius wrote it. But look up the word Sagittarius, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you that that's a well known word. So
Okay.
I want to tell you that forget your Google facts because Google lied. They are not the least hated.
The Sagittarius, right?
Terrorists.
Oh, I know your passion for going against the Sagittarius.
It's bad.
Okay, Kenny, what the time stamps? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He asked if we knew anybody that has done the spaghetti urban legend. I do not know anybody in
I
particular
don't
who
know
has done
anybody
that.
that trifling either.
That's disgusting. As we just finished talking about this week's menstrual cycle. No, I don't
But
know
no,
anybody that's done that.
no,
I definitely have not done that. We'll
no,
never do that.
no.
Um, but yeah, I really do. No, we did not go to the fair. Toya stood me up. And then he also but yeah, you had some really good feedback, and I also realized that you also have your own podcast. So we would love, 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 love to have your input
Yes.
on our podcast.
Oh.
So we'll have to discuss details and figure out when we can include you on our show. But yeah,
Yes.
it's because his feedback is it's a male perspective
Mhm.
because we talk a lot about relationships. So he does have the male version of his feedback on relationships.
Yes,
And at one there's no point that I've read in any of his comments where he's like, y'all are wrong, women are this, blah blah blah. Like, he's very understanding and open. But
Mhm.
let me just go ahead and say the fact that he did say he was a Virgo. So I mean,
So
what else do you expect?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but we do appreciate you for engaging with our content. We love all of the comments, although we're not able to get to every last one of them because
Yes.
it's enough for me to post on Fridays. Let me just say that.
Hey, what? But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Our spotlight. Our spotlight people.
Of the week.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. That's so sweet.
So did we have? Oh, and then he said he wanted to write in a question, and I told him, how to do that, but he hasn't. He hasn't sent us a strawberry letter yet. So do we have any this
We
week?
do, and I told you I've been kind of stalking this page, which I give people their credit. You guys need to follow them on Instagram if you want to. But it's called Gossip, and it's GAWD, like God, like oh my God, sip. But they have like they have some teas, and I just be scrolling, and I just want to, just sometimes I just like to pin out some of them and be like, oh, okay, whatever. So here is one. I was with my boyfriend for about 10 years, and we were living together when he tragically passed away about 3 years ago. I've been mourning my boyfriend's loss for quite some time. I've stayed close with his entire family and love and respect them. I want to move on, but my problem is that the person who has been here for me happens to be my boyfriend's good friend. We've been talking a lot recently, and I really like him. We haven't hooked up or anything like that, but I'm starting to develop feelings for him. Am I wrong? What would happen if we did hook up? How would that affect my relationship that I have with my boyfriend's family? Will we be judged like there's more people out there? I know some of you are going to say that if I have these thoughts, it's because it's true, but I'm just confused about that fine line. Pound, dazed and confused.
That's a very tough spot to be in. My and this is probably unpopular opinion. My sentiment to you would be fuck them people. He passed away. Y'all have an attachment because of this one person who's passed away.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh, so fly.
kind of inevitable that you would, have feelings. And if it happened, it happened. Like, it sucks, don't get me wrong. And then, yes, the world is going to look at you like, you couldn't have dated nobody else. You had to get with his friend. You know, back in like older days, and this is a true
That
story.
is true. I know.
True story. Um, you know, black people, we always call people our family who we not really blood related to.
Oh.
So my grandma was married to this man, and his parents, we've called grandma and grandpa. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they just an addition to grandma and grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
And she passed away of cancer, and she had a best friend. And she told her best friend, when I die, I want you to be with my husband because he can't be by himself.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was like, it was not necessarily the norm, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, I would rather he be with somebody who I know and I know would be good for him than for him to just be out here wandering, you know, lost and confused, because they had been together so long that she didn't want him to be by himself. And she was like, well, why not somebody like my best friend? I'm not here anymore.
Yeah.
Why not,
Yeah.
you know, my best friend? So
Yeah.
I don't really have an issue with them getting close, because you both have now a connection that you've both lost. So y'all have, you know, something in common that's,
Right.
you know,
Right. And you know,
drawing you
just
together.
you know, maybe kind of, you know, stay back off the family a little bit. You know what I'm
From
saying?
whose family?
Like from her boyfriend's. You know what I'm saying? From her boyfriend family, so you wouldn't have to have. Because I'm like you said, I wouldn't really. I would acknowledge them and I would consider their feelings, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they have a problem with it and you want to be with this person, then you may need to back up off the family a
Well,
little bit.
it really neither here nor there what they have to say, because that's not the friend's family. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, people are gonna talk about what they talk about now, and they're gonna forget about it. Like they're gonna move on to the next, you know, the next
Yeah.
breaking news. Like
Yeah.
people have such a hardcore opinion on things when they first happen, and then it's like it falls by the wayside
Yeah.
later. Like don't worry about what people are gonna, like if you live your life worrying about what people are gonna say, you're always gonna be doing wrong. You see what I'm saying? It's
That's
like
true.
some people gonna like you or not, they gonna not like you because you dating the best friend, and then you know they gonna not like you because you not talking to them. It's like whatever you do is wrong.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and so it's like if we stop living for what people's opinion about us means to us, the better off we all will be.
That's true.
And you know, social media only makes it worse, because it's like, oh, this is a comment section. I'm allowed to leave my opinion here, and it's
Ooh.
like there's tact in everything you do. Like there's no need to be rude to somebody because you disagree with them, which is why I brought up about our comments on YouTube. It's like, you know, even if somebody disagrees with us, there's no reason to be rude about our opinion on what we say.
Right.
Like this is our platform.
Right.
You say what you want to say on your platform, and we ain't gonna come and disagree with you.
Right.
But like, you know, make your opinion is your opinion.
Right.
And just because social media has a comment section doesn't give you the opportunity to, you know, downgrade somebody's opinion or make them feel less about themselves or make people feel wrong for something they're doing.
Right.
Like,
Right. Because it's like, why can't you just give your opinion
Yeah.
without shunning someone or
Yeah.
without literally making them a bad person because they literally just don't agree with you?
yeah.
I don't know why we can't, but I mean that's the new wave now. Like
Yeah.
these celebrities, all you open up yourself to ridicule and all this other stuff like that, and you can literally be canceled
Yeah.
for an opinion that you have.
Yeah.
Like a nigga just exercising their, I don't know which amendment it is, first, second, freedom of speech,
Yeah.
right? Like literally,
Yeah.
you can literally lose all of your.
And I get it for people who have built their brand and their money off of, you know, influencing people and being like you get paid because of people's opinion of you, right?
Mhm.
So I understand that, you know, how you have to be careful what you have to say, which is why I said I never wanted to be in that spotlight. I
Yeah.
never wanted to be a celebrity or somebody who was well known, because one person's opinion of you could make you lose everything.
That's true.
And it's like, this
Bill
my
Cosby.
shit. This my shit. It sucks. You know, that sucks. So to your, not, she didn't write in, but
Yeah,
to
she
that, live your life, girl.
Girl, fuck
Y'all,
that nigga.
I mean, it's inevitable that y'all would have gotten close, you know, because y'all both lost somebody that was very close to both of y'all, and it happened like that. It ain't like you cheated, you know, while the boyfriend was alive. I just say fuck people's opinions and do you, boo.
Ain't no fun unless your friend gets on. I mean, that's always, you know.
Now, why she had to turn it into some
Sorry, I just,
ghetto shit?
yeah, right. That's totally. I mean, I was just trying to help her, or I mean, not trying to help her, but trying to come in off of this young lady who clearly, like you said, gives a fuck what people think.
Yeah, and it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's very hard to not care what people think about you, but are you gonna be? Are you gonna feel a way about not exploring this with this guy because of what other people's
Right,
opinions about it
right,
was?
right. Cause I'm like you said, that's sometimes it's easier said than done when you do care about certain things. Like you can care about it, but I don't think like emotions like that, it shouldn't cripple you.
Right.
Like you could be scared to do something, motherfucker, take the jump and do it.
Yeah.
Like just jump and do it. But like it's okay to be scared.
Yeah.
But if you let that fear stifle you and cripple you, then it's like, okay, we gotta think about that. Cause like I think we as people, I wouldn't even say as black people, but we as people, we always want the happy emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not possible because you feel at least 14 emotions a day. So it's like, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad.
Yeah.
It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be it's okay to be those things. But when it literally cripples you into, cripples your day to day function or duties for a long period of time, it's like, we gotta come out of that.
Yeah.
But if anybody tells you that they don't get scared or any of that, like it's like, come on, you lying, But hey, whatever.
Somebody just not in touch with their emotions, really.
Yeah.
If you don't realize that you experience all these emotions in one day.
I think I had to get to a point where I'm like, you don't have to be happy or you don't have to be positive all the time.
Yeah.
Cause growing up in church and this depressed, that's the devil, this,
Right.
that, all this other stuff like that. Like it was just always taught, like you just always want to be happy or you want to always appear happy.
Right.
Don't let people know your business, this, that, and the other. And then you have these feelings and it's like, I can't ignore this. I can't run from this. It's this, that. And it's like, man, I felt bad for feeling bad. When it's like, it's okay to feel bad.
Yeah. And I feel like in the end, that makes you feel worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like you already feel bad. And then you think about the consequences of what people are going to think about you for feeling low and actually having depression. Like if you're clinically diagnosed with depression, like that makes you feel 10 times worse because you feel like you can't tell nobody. You can't talk about it. You can't, it's taboo to be depressed. And it's like, you don't need that extra weight on you when you're just trying to, make it through the day.
That's true. And also get help if you need it.
Yeah.
Too, because don't sit in that for too long if it's something that you feel like is out of your control severely. Like you said, if it's clinically, I believe in science. I believe in medicine. I believe in drugs. I believe in shooting people. I believe whatever you need to get, any illegal thing that you may need to do that doesn't, again, cripple you. I'm not saying do marijuana. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying do crack at all. But if we had to choose, whatever. Just take that as you may. But, I'm just saying, don't do stuff that will cripple you and smoke your kneecaps off and stuff like Whitney, has. But,
y'all said that she didn't smoke crack.
She's crack is whack, crack is cheap. Jesus, bless. Whoa,
Whitney.
You see, our girl. Didn't I ask? Like, you think she gonna put something on like HBO Max coming out with the whole documentary?
So yes,
Thoughts?
Beyonce is doing the AMC movie documentary of her concert, just like Taylor Swift is.
But did she do this?
Well, hold on. Did you know Taylor Swift was doing this first?
Girl, I ain't know that.
Yes. So Taylor Swift has already put out. Fred has already bought tickets to go see it. It's not even out. Like,
so was she putting it in AMC theaters?
Yes. So what happened was Netflix came to Taylor and was like, "Hey, we want to do a documentary of your tour. Would you be interested?" And they wasn't paying enough money, so AMC came with enough money, and they decided to put it in AMC. And the kicker is that AMC is not everywhere. So like even in Memphis, we don't have an AMC theater.
Right.
So that was one thing. So people are like going in droves. Even people who've been to the concert, they're going in droves, pre-buying these tickets to go see it like they're going to see the show all over again. And so now that Beyonce has come out and done the same thing, it's kind of like, okay, if you're not first, you last.
Really though?
Yeah.
But really, because the money she's gonna generate, and then it's like,
that's fine. We all generating money is not why I say that. I just feel like it's kind of like, okay.
But I feel like she didn't do the AMC theater thing. But I'm like, Beyonce did a whole documentary for not Bonnaroo, Coachella.
Okay.
So she's done something like this before.
Yeah, but it's not, to me, and I'm normally not this person. I'm the person that's like, everybody get your bag, no matter how you do
I
it,
know
even
you
if
usually
you,
are.
because
That's
you're
why I'm
not really
surprised.
copying off. It's just kind of like, it's like, okay, like, it's just, I guess really for me, the concert when I went was kind of like, I did tear up a little bit because I just was thinking about the fact that she's had such a long, you know, tenure in doing entertainment, and yes, she can sing, and yes, she's a Virgo, and I can see a lot of my same characteristics that she does, especially her work ethic and stuff like that. Like, I think that was more so than the actual concert itself. It was like, okay, this is Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, it's a concert.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I didn't necessarily feel like, yeah, I knew it was coming, but it was kind of like, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised that she's doing it as well. So it's kind of like, okay, she's putting an AMC too. And it's like, am I going to see either one of them? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz I don't know. I just feel like,
So you feel like she copied?
no, I don't feel like she copied. It's kind of like, I mean, what else? What do you do next? It's like,
Mm.
that's the next thing to do. It's like, okay, and then the third person that goes on wore Pink, she can do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like everybody can do the same thing because we just all out here trying to make more money. Like, it's inflation for everybody. Like, I get that they're billionaires or whatever, but still, like, this is the economy now. So it's like, okay, what can I do to make more money? And it's like, okay, well, now you going AMC, and then Pink gonna be an AMC, and then, whoever else is on these world tours that we don't even listen to is gonna be an AMC. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be this ripple effect of everybody just putting out these documentaries because they're just trying to generate money at this point. And it's like, okay, like, move on to the next thing. Like,
Okay, so it's just more so like it's more so like maybe a possible annoyance with this becoming a trend.
yeah, a little
Got you.
bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
got you. Okay, I can see
yeah,
because I'm like I don't know too many stars that can, but I'm like okay on this scale they can put out a documentary like that. But I'm like okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Like if this is gonna be the trend, okay, okay.
yeah. It's like now I think everybody's gonna be doing it. I don't think it's just exclusive to, these not chart topping, but like these tours that have made more money than any tour ever. Now we get to see it in theaters. It doesn't have that wow effect
That
anymore.
exclusivity.
Yeah, it doesn't have that anymore.
And then I guess, and I don't know too much about. I mean, I know of Taylor Swift's celebrity, and I remember her when we were like younger, and clearly she's been the shit like Beyonce consistently for the past, I guess, couple of decades or whatever. But it's like, is she more like is she more precocious and is she more like Beyonce to where she doesn't show too much of her life? So then when she does show, or it's like, because I'm like Taylor Swift isn't. Is she like open? Because she's not always in the tabloids like that. Besides like little stuff where people are saying about her. So I'm like, maybe since Beyonce or like a Michael Jackson or whoever do like they're so exclusive versus these Chloe and everybody else putting all of their
But
life
I
on social
still don't
media.
feel like the AMC documentary of Beyonce is gonna be in depth. It's still
No,
gonna be
no.
this. This is the tour. This is me telling you my mic don't sound right. You need to get my lighting right. Her being a Virgo, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's not going to be this inside story of her life. Hell, we got that when she was pregnant, when she, these little clips that we keep seeing everywhere. I don't think it's going to be this in detail thing that everybody's looking for. It's literally going to be about the tour. It's going to be her standing up there saying, you need to fix my lighting, or I told you to put the piano right there, or like it's gonna be her Virgoing. That's literally what it's gonna be.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna be no behind the scenes of me sharing this moment with Jay-Z. Like, it's not gonna be this.
I feel like she's gonna show. She's
look
gonna
at her life.
And the stuff that she will show, because she definitely gonna show them twins, because we seen it on the trailer. And if she does show something about it inside of her family, it's gonna be so surface level,
Yeah.
and people are gonna eat. and people are gonna eat it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I
They are
think
gonna
I think
eat
if
it up.
Beyonce had done it first and then Taylor Swift came back and said, I would have feel the same way. It doesn't matter who did it first.
Right,
It's
you just
just
don't want it to be a trend.
yeah, I don't want it to be everybody's doing it now.
It's just I get so, and hey, I really can't stand celebrities because they put too much. They're not exclusive because they put so much of their life every time they for my. I would never understand like the City Girls, JT and Young Miami. These people they respond to haters and comments in there, and I'm like, and I don't know what's worse, the Shade Room or all these other places reposting it for clickbait and
Yeah.
gossip and stuff like this. And I'm like, man, please take a page out of
Yeah.
Oprah, out of Michelle Obama, out of Beyonce, out of Maya Angelou, out of
Yeah.
fucking Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
You don't respond like that's when you're untouchable. That's when your worth is
Yeah.
more. Like when people can get at you and all this other stuff like this, it's like okay, not only are y'all are to me, y'all are industry bots. Everybody's body looks the same. Y'all rap about the same thing.
Yeah.
Y'all take y'all take old hints and resample them. There is no talent. It's no
Originality, yeah.
nothing. It's no
Yeah.
it's nothing different. So I'm like, there's nothing exclusive about you.
Yeah.
And y'all literally act the way not act the way we act because they're still human. But I'm like, y'all literally I feel like hold yourself to a higher caliber
Well,
so
I think the
can
difference
increase your
is,
value.
yeah, the difference is that they were raised in a social media world. We remember a life without social media, the Oprahs and the Beyoncés and the Michelle Obamas. We had a life where you couldn't see everything we was doing because there was no camera and no app that we could post everything and lives and reels and things that we were doing every day. And so I watch Toya and Reginae, the show.
How
That
was
they had.
it?
I loved them. I've
Okay.
always loved them, and I did like the show. I think it was a nice look because I like her because she still is kind of off the scene. Not to say she has a lot going on,
Which one's Toya original?
Toya,
Uh-huh.
and she's kind of off the scene, but she has a lot of conversations throughout the season with Reginae. Like, why every time something happens, do you immediately go live and you tell you just ramble off your emotions before you think about it? Like, her house. Somebody tried to break in her house while she was out of town. And what she was most upset about is because the guy she was dating, Armand, didn't reach out to her, check on her, nothing like that. And so she immediately went on live on Instagram and was like, he didn't even check on me. And it's like, everybody doesn't need to know your relationship status. Like, everybody doesn't need to know what he did or did not do to you. Same with, when we say when you date somebody new, they don't need to know your trauma.
Right.
They don't need to know things that happen to you because they learned that, oh, you tolerated that then.
Right.
Let me see if you can
Right.
do it again.
Right.
And so she really had a lot of conversations with her about, not posting everything on social
Right.
media when it happens. She's like, come talk to me. Talk to Danielle, which is Toya's best friend. Talk to your Beatty, your auntie. Like, talk to somebody before you decide to just pick up the phone, go on live, and put it on camera. It's like, you have all these followers, and as much as you think that they're your fans, you do one thing wrong and they gonna cancel you or they gonna talk shit about you. And she's like, and now I gotta go on my live and I gotta cuss everybody out because they talking shit to you.
That's true. And you're so young. Don't let one
she's
bad
very young.
thing
Yeah.
happen and then that messes up your reputation
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
mess up
And
business
it
deals. all
shows
that.
you as a person who doesn't have control of their emotions when the first thing you do is pick up the phone, go on live, you crying or you cussing people out or you watching the comments scroll through and you cussing out somebody who said something bad. It's like it doesn't show a control of emotion.
It doesn't.
But I mean, like I said, these are people who are born in the generation of social media. Like, shit, we used to not have cell phones. We had, it was a luxury to have the colored Apple, with the big back on, like I want a pink one, I want an orange one, the first Mac,
Yeah.
and it's like we know what a life was like to pick up the house phone to call somebody. You didn't have a cell phone. You didn't have, Facebook to stay in contact with everybody. Like, we don't stay in touch with people now because we're like, oh, shit, let me see if they posted on Facebook and see what they've been doing.
I hate that.
Yeah, and so that's just this generation now. They all they know is social media, so they know this is the life, and I can put out there what I want to put out there, whether it's true or not.
You got people dying over this shit. You posting your location and
Yeah.
people coming and killed the young man in chicken and Washco's chicken and waffles a couple of years back, and
Yep.
flaunting the guns. John Morant, and you know what I'm saying? I know he's young. I know, like, literally, like you said, if we were young and we had a camera in our face with every transgression and mistake that we made, we'll be like that as well. But I'm
Right.
like, man,
Yeah. Well, I think it's time that we take a break, though.
Oh my
Because,
god.
we definitely never keep up with time anymore. So we're going to take a break, and then we will be back. Okay, so when we were on break, which we may post some, like, behind the scenes footage, but we were on break, and a question was asked to us about why.
I know.
Now.
I
We
know.
was fine 45 minutes ago.
Oh, I've been got fucked by that fly.
But the question was, what are women the problem on? So we do a lot of accountability episodes, and we even got the question of why y'all so tough on me. It's like you don't really watch the episode, do you?
Right.
Because we definitely have both sides of the coin. Everybody's a fucking problem, okay? But the question was, or the answer to the question of what are women the problem on is you listen to your friend, like your single friend. So like you married or you enter a committed relationship and y'all having issues. So you go to your single friend and you ask questions and you take the friend's advice. So I had to interject and say that I think that the generations are changing when it comes to that. I feel like in older generations that was a thing. It was like you might have lost your woman because her friend didn't like you or her family didn't like you. And it's like, well, now I can't like you. I think now what we do is we go to our friend like, okay, so here's the tea. And they tell you what their opinion is. You be like, well, I'm finna call him tomorrow. Like, you call the next day, you're like, well, shit, he laying right here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we definitely don't really, like, it's like this, like, funny thing to like tell your friends everything that's going on, but you really don't be taking any advice. Like you really don't.
Yeah.
Like your friend ain't making you lose your man.
Right.
Even if they're in a relationship. At least in our generation, I think that is why. Because there's plenty of times I didn't call a friend, this nigga, this, and
you call a friend, what you doing with the nigga chat? You said
because everybody got a nickname, so big shoes, like he
with boot cut. Let me ask you this: do you think that there is, and I know women or whatever, how can I put this? Well, no, I just said you get married. Do you believe that there's certain things that maybe you shouldn't get advice or talk about, or I don't know, whatever, with your single friends?
I feel like in any instance, whether you're married or not, if you're with somebody, you shouldn't be going and telling any outside party what they're doing that you don't like, because you open the door and you give the opportunity for people who love and care about you and only want to protect you to not like this person because they did something that you didn't like. You can't flip their emotions back and forth like yours can.
Right.
So if it's something that you don't want them to be upset with that person about, don't tell them.
Gotcha.
And that's if you just dating, if you're in a committed relationship, if you marry, it doesn't matter. If you have somebody and they did something that you don't like, go to that person that you're dating. And if you feel like you can't internalize that and you need to talk to somebody about it, talk to that person that you're talking to or go to fucking therapy. Don't let your family and your friends in on some shit when you're going to be right back over there the next day.
That's true.
Like if he done slapped your ass upside the head,
that's true,
and you go tell your daddy, what you think going to happen?
Gonna die.
I mean, and it's like, and I get it, like it's a very in the moment type of situation, but don't tell outside people when you're not done with that person.
That's true.
When you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
If you're not, keep it under wraps.
Got you. Okay.
So.
Okay.
Because we all done been, fell for some bullshit. We didn't all, no matter the generation, our moms, our grandmoms, the children that we don't have, we all have been through some shit. And it's inevitable.
Gotcha.
People are people. We didn't come on this earth knowing how to care and love for people exactly how they needed to be cared and loved for. Like some shit gonna go down.
Right.
So we just got to keep it moving.
That is true. Now, do you think it's a problem when, say, for instance, you get married and I'm still single? Okay, yeah, we will be friends. Will the dynamic of our friendship change? I think it'll just be a different way for us to love each other. But say, for instance, you're married and you're going out with these newly single girls that you met and stuff like that. Do you think that women who, quote unquote, do that, do you think that's an issue?
I think it can become an issue. I think it's a matter of who you are as a person. So if you're the type of person that, okay, let's say you get married to somebody and you meet new single friends. These ain't friends from like,
no, these not day ones.
You meet new single friends, y'all hanging out. We don't have the same mindset, right? Unless I'm married just to be married, but I'm still trying to be out here in the streets. I think that it's your mindset around it. Like if you want to be married, you probably ain't even hanging out with them, them girls. You want to be up under your man. You my man, my man, my man at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that, there are some women who just want the idea of being married, but they still want to play the game and they still want to be in the streets. So they're gonna hang out with their single friends because they get that environment when they with their single friends. They get the men hollering at them and buying them drinks at the bar and stuff like that when they got a man at home. Mm-hmm. So it's just like you just want to be married. You don't want to be married.
Okay. Okay.
I think the dynamic should change when you with your, like, you should want to be around your man.
Yeah, I don't think no wrong being around your man. I'm like, if you have single friends, like you said, hopefully you're picking quality. Yeah. So if they're single and you are married, like, going out to the club, staying at, I don't even see how you bitches even want to do that shit. But going out in the club with your single friends or doing things that single people do, I'm like, what do single women do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are different things, of course, single and married. Of course, they do different things. But I'm like, me and you are not married, and we love spas. We love traveling. We love doing this. We love talking about curating businesses and businesses, and we love family, and we do these things. So I'm like, okay, if you're going out with, my man knows if I'm going out with Asia, whether she's single or married, I mean, Asia is like cool. So yeah. I'm like, why are we? But I'm like, okay, I can see the stereotypical. They like to hang out. They're not in a selfless mind to have to consider somebody else. Whereas you talking about, you might put on certain things that, maybe a wife wouldn't put on. You're going these places where it's causing a lot of attention. Yeah. And letting the devil in that covenant.
Oh my God.
We don't, but so I'm like, okay, is that what you meant? Kind of like that, listening to their friends, hanging out with, you went, okay.
So do you feel like it's a generational thing? Do you feel like it's changing at all?
Yeah, it's changing a little bit because now you have people that's meeting each other as friends. Two sets of friends hook up or just like that.
And so now we all hanging out.
Yeah, now everybody's hanging out.
Yeah.
I just, I asked you a straightforward question about how women are the problem, because sometimes we are the problem. And it seems like the two things you gave us, which, hey, have women sometimes be settling. That's a part of the problem. Do we know what we want? I guess you would hint at we probably didn't know what we want. And then you're saying they listen to their friends. All of which we've kind of debunked some of the things you said. So, again, is there any other way?
It got y'all talking about something, right?
But it more so made me think like, you know what I'm saying? Are we, it don't seem like we're a bulk of the problem. Not placing the blame on any other genders that have penises. I'm just saying in other ways, because y'all niggas be having a lot to say. I'm just saying, and maybe you niggas or you whoever, whatever y'all look, maybe y'all could tell us how women are the problem, because I have a man here who's very much a man, and he can't really give me substantial things about how women are the problem. And I know we're the problem on some things, but the things that you gave me, if somebody gave me a microphone and say how niggas are the problem, do you want me to sing it? Do you want me to say it? Do you want me to give you a list? Do you want me to type a dissertation?
Okay, so what do you think women are the problem on?
I thought you was saying niggas.
No, not giving you that satisfaction.
Oh, my goodness. I think women, we are the problem. Oh,
I gotta think hard.
I got to think so hard. This is a hard one. You threw me for a doozy.
You said you knew why.
Said I knew why.
About
what?
Women? Mm-hmm. She said men.
I said men. I said I know why men are the problem. Women are, I think, okay, we're part of the problem. We don't know how to control our emotions.
Okay.
I feel like we are emotional creatures. Feel your emotions. Punch that pillow. Whatever you need to do. Curse in the journal or whatever. I do feel like now, like we can't control our emotions, and I do think that we have a sense of entitlement, because we'll say, oh, my period, oh, my cycle, oh, you niggas doing this, all this stuff like that. But I do feel like us not being able to control our emotions, I do think that is I do think that.
You think that we use things as a crutch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think as our feminine energy is being really tainted and watered down, because I'm like, we're powerful. Your emotions is a superpower. Yeah. If you know how to control that, or if you just know how to deal with your emotions or the things that make you tick, guys will be silly putty in your hand.
Yeah.
Because you even said it, like, you know how to control your emotions. You know how to eat. You know how to communicate where you're man. And like some guys, they don't. They just know how to deal with the rah rah chicks.
Yeah.
Versus a woman who can articulate, hey, I don't like that you made me feel like this.
Yeah.
But I can deal with the way I can deal with my feelings. But going forward, could you consider that, hey, maybe not doing this or saying this like this tone or whatever. Like they be like, huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
What?
yeah. They don't know how to react to that type of situation. And don't get me wrong, it don't happen all the time.
No, of course not.
Shit,
We're
I will gladly cut somebody out. I mean, like not gladly, but you know what I mean.
But tell me something new. We always know that shit.
you nigga. You tell me something new. You the one have dealt with the women. You can't tell me nothing new.
No, you said you knew the answer and all that shit, and you said
I said about
shit
men.
We already know. We already know women are emotional.
We know very much. We know women settle.
Right. You everything that you said, women settle, and that's why.
Friends and all that shit.
Listening to the friend we ain't none of your friends'
Yeah.
business. Genuine made a whole song on it, nigga. Yeah.
And that's why I said I think our generation has changed. I think that we're more so like I'm gonna tell my friend everything, but I ain't listening to their advice. Like we gonna kiki about this later on, but I'm not taking your advice.
All I'm saying, Negro, y'all need something to talk about. Y'all had something.
Here we go.
Do you think that? Can you think of something like where women are the problem?
Yeah, I think settling is a big issue with women because men tend to think of it in their eyes to say that, oh, you said you wanted this, but you didn't really want that because you got this, and it's like, no, that's the definition of settling. Like I did want that, but I didn't want to wait on it, so I got the nigga who wanted me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like no matter how shitty he was or how many bills I got to pay while he laying on my couch, there's women out here that do that.
There is.
And there's women that that settle because they just want male attention, and that stems from a long line of things that may have happened in the past when it came to men or fathers or whatever the situation may be. But women need, and I know men that need female attention. Like they don't care who it come from, they just need a female attention, a touch, talking to them. They just need that around them, and there are some women that are the same way, and that's why they settle.
Not demanding more from each other. Ugh. It's like it's not even the bare minimum anymore. It's like you just that little faith of a mustard seed. A mustard seed.
Yeah.
All y'all want is a mustard seed of stuff from each other.
Yeah.
And then, can you tell me, Fabian, like in a concise way, because I don't want too much feedback from the. But what does it mean when men want to know what women bring to the table? I know you're not that type of man who associates with that, but can you tell me what that
As
means?
he sits over there scratching his head.
What does that mean? Or what would you want a woman to bring to?
No. Let's see. I'm in a different generation than y'all, of course.
Okay.
Well, okay, and I just need to interject 1 second. Yes, you are in a different generation from us, but we're also not in our own generation. Like,
Y'all
we don't act like the people
I'm
that.
traditional.
like that, but when I was coming up, you didn't really care.
Okay.
You thought about it. It was all right. Especially if you had something for yourself, you didn't really care. Some people, yeah, they got to do this, and we won't. I mean, I think those people attract each other.
Okay.
I always thought that those people attract each other. Go-getters, they only attract sometimes, but those people attract each other.
Mm-hmm.
But now, the younger generation, they're like, hey, what do you bring to the table? I'm already broke. You broke. We both.
That was gonna be my question. Is it because they broke?
Yeah.
Like them, the only type of men asking them questions. Yeah. Because I ain't got shit. Yeah, they ain't got shit.
They don't have a table.
Yeah.
What do you bring to the table? They rely. But the people in my generation, especially if they dating somebody younger, you gotta know what you bring to the table because you don't work 20 years of your life to save up a pension, to save up this, to save up that. Now you worried about what somebody has.
So do you really think that older men who date women in their 20s, they really
No, women in 20s. No. I'm talking about women that's
like 5-10 years younger than them?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not women in 20s. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Pay to
Yeah.
play. You know that.
Well, yeah.
So what would you want for men? I guess these high grossing, top tier quality men. What would you want a woman to bring to a table when you've acquired all of this, acquired all of these assets on different levels for yourself? What would you want a woman to bring to your table? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Like, what if a man that
If a
was
man is wealthy and it depends on the age of the person.
okay? But I'm saying
If
like
they're younger, you just like I say, you just
right. So
Right.
we're
But
asking now if
if you're
she's
trying to get married,
right.
and you're trying to do all that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you're worried about your assets.
But what are you expecting her to bring
Right.
in that situation?
I don't give a fuck.
You don't
I don't give a
personally.
fuck.
Right.
But what do
we're
you
not
think
talking
your
about-
generation thinks?
Most of our generation, they don't care, but they're gonna protect themselves.
So what is it? Prenups or
Yes.
okay? So what if somebody is not? Let's just say they're not rich, they're not well off, but they may have worked at the post office for 30 years and they still had a pension in. There's no such thing as a pension now, so we ain't got to worry about that shit. But they worked at the post office. There used to be a pension, or they were in the military and they got all this money, you know. And not to say that they're rich because they're still having to work every day, right? What kind of questions are they asking women who are 5 to 7 years younger than them that want marriage as well, who may have 3 kids, an ex-husband, and a business? Like they have those things.
I mean, when you start talking about women that quote unquote have something, physically have something,
physically.
you're
that's what it
asking
is.
them, no,
Not physically, but like
No,
tangible.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like that. You trying to figure out, hey, how's your business going? How's this going? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're getting to know them in a different way
Right.
than somebody that just got a regular 9 to 5, or
Okay.
somebody that really don't have a 9 to 5.
So pretty much you want to see what you want to make sure that they're
Where
not going to be
ahead.
a liability and
Because
take all of your
you're
stuff if
looking
you
at
leave.
how old the kids are.
Yeah.
You're looking at grandkids. You grandkids. You know,
Well, what does that matter if they have grandkids? Like, what's the change in trajectory if they have grandkids?
Well, grandkids, they're gonna be over your house more.
Okay, I can see
They're
that.
gonna be over your house
I can
more.
see that.
Grandkids
So
be
that's
over
going to
your house more.
devalue your peace a little
Yeah.
if
So
they're
you
not
gotta
your
decide
paternal.
whether or not you want to even deal with that.
If you got grandkids, does that make it? It kind of reminds me of the conversation of if you got kids and I don't.
Yep.
Now we talk about do you got grandkids
Yep.
and I don't?
Yep. Damn.
I mean, but it's something you have to think about because you're gonna be keeping them alive.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So it's more so not what can you bring to the table, it's what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
going to devalue my peace, my pockets,
That
and
makes
my?
sense.
Okay, that
What the table looking
that
like,
makes a lot more
you know,
sense.
And think about it. I remember when I first moved to Memphis, it was women that I tried to hang out with. Made nothing. I mean, you ain't got shit. But these same women, you know, you fast forward 20, 25 years now, and you got something, and they ain't got shit.
gotcha.
Think
Gotcha.
about that.
So you looking
know
at
a
you
lot
looking at
of that.
mindset.
Huh?
You looking at their mindset, like
Yeah.
where are you headed? You know,
Huh,
are
so-
we
And
going
then a lot
somewhere
of-
together?
And then a lot of those women, 2 babies in, baby daddy them do shit, or you know they got young teenagers or old teenagers and stuff like that, and typically their father ain't in the kid's life.
Mhm.
That's another situation you dealing with.
Yeah.
That
Because
is.
then you marry somebody who got kids that old. How Junior gonna go to school?
You know, I think I for the first time in my life, I think I can say that I understand when men say, "What do you bring to the table?" I understand if that's
It's
what
not
you.
physically-
Well,
it's
that's-
not- it's
yeah.
Not the money. Most people that got means, they're not looking at the monetary value of what a person's worth. They're looking at, okay, what you got going on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, so
Yeah.
That's
That's
not-
typically what we're talking about. Y'all
But they're also not
talking about money.
they're
Gotcha.
also not asking that question.
they sure aren't.
They're
They not
asking
saying-
like
We-
certain questions to
yeah,
see
certain
what your
questions.
mindset. They ain't saying, okay, well, what you bringing? Like,
Right.
what you got?
That would never come out of anybody's, because through our conversation, we're going to find out everything. Because if the first time you meet or second time you meet, and next thing you know, she started talking about student loans and bullshit like that she should have been done with, you're like, you still paying student loans?
Okay, wait a minute. Pause.
Well, now hold on.
Watch
I
your
still.
mouth.
You're talking about somebody that's in their 40s, though.
Yeah,
45.
I'm
it's
5
given. I'm
ways
10
for-
years away
for-
from there, and it's given. I'm
yeah.
still gonna have student loans.
I'm not
I hope you
paying
going back to school then.
Sally. I'm not.
Why
paying
add
Sally
more?
money. Right.
Huh?
You have to- well,
You know how many degrees I got?
but once again,
But she makes the money to afford it.
Once again, we're talking about somebody that's 40. Their school didn't cost that much when I was coming up. So
Okay,
I don't
well-
know too many people.
Okay,
that got it.
so for us,
Y'all got raped.
Thank you. You hear that?
Because
Santa
I'm
Mae, you
like,
fucking
in 6
bitch.
years, them fucking student loans still gonna be sitting there because Biden ain't gonna be able to do shit.
Right.
And they still gonna be sitting there. And they're steady accruing interest. And it's like, I ain't put a dent in shit in no student loan. Now,
And
the
then
rest of my debt,
But we're talking about a different generation of a person.
And then it's more so, it's like, okay, you've amassed this debt, but you're not doing anything, and you don't have, you know, you're not able to pay it back. You're not.
As soon as you ask, can you pay this?
but okay,
You know
so
what you're dealing with now.
so how can you tell the man that is okay with it? Like, how do you tell the difference as a woman?
People just will do it. If they do it.
So when you ask, that's your answer.
I mean, I'm sure you know somebody, either in your family or friends, that are gold diggers.
Okay.
They have a pattern. They ask for a little bit.
Now, what is wrong with a gold digger?
The fact that you call them a gold digger, okay?
I'm GOAL, a gold. You want some?
No, you know that's not what he's talking
So
about.
what's wrong?
Gold up.
What's wrong with a woman wanting a man for what he has when a man wants a woman for what she has? Sometimes you just want to.
It's not monetarily though.
But money, okay. So money is the value here.
Money is the key to everything.
Oh, so a gold digger. I want you for your money, not to scam you. I just want a man that has money. Does that make a woman a gold digger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she even give a damn about him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, what if she don't care about him?
To continue on, you really like her. Y'all in a relationship. You're the type of man that you don't got to pay no bills. Is she still a gold digger?
No.
So what was the change?
The change is one is asking, one is being provided.
I can understand that, but
What's the but? If you can understand.
I'm giving you another hypothetical scenario. Jeez, hot crowd. But okay, so so you have this woman that asks right off the gate, because now you can tell that's the type of person she is. Anybody she dates, she gonna ask. Let's say you had this woman.
She don't actually expects.
Okay, but she's still asking out the gate.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I don't like that.
Right.
Okay,
So then you have this other kind of lady that don't necessarily ask out the gate. You just kind of notice that things are a little different. You can tell something's going on. She probably going through a lot. And you like, hey, what's going on? Like, just tell me. And they were like, well, I can't pay such and such.
Everybody has the same, because I heard the story. Everybody has the same MO.
Okay.
You on the phone?
Now she's
Wait.
sighing.
Yeah, you sigh, you do all kinds of shit. Well, how was your day? You just don't want to know. 9 times out of 10, that person, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the motherfucker, like, you take a motherfucker that already know the game, they change the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Until she's able to tell you the ask. But the sigh and the how was your day, because everybody starts off a conversation, how was your day?
Mm-hmm. So you supposed to lie?
Huh?
You supposed to lie?
I didn't say you're supposed to lie.
You just not supposed to ask.
So you supposed to lie?
Don't.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's going to come. As soon as how was your day? Well, shoot. And the story is great. I mean, the story is great.
Yeah.
And then it's up to that dude to decide whether or not he's going to help or not.
Yeah.
If he don't help.
So you're more willing to help somebody that's like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm figuring it out. I'm going to make it work. And you willing to just, well, let me just go ahead and take care of such and such for you. No.
Ask me, have I done it?
I'm saying, is that like how it tends to go? If that's the kind of man you are, like, you know, you really like this girl and she ain't the type of person that's going to complain about what she got going on.
This is what you do. If you really like this girl, what you doing today? I'm going to get my nails done. Next thing you know, you got cash after $100.
Right.
Hun-
First of all, they pay for one toe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, that's yeah.
Whatever it is,
I'm grateful. I'm not a
whatever
go.
it is. I mean,
What the
shit,
fuck is
you
that?
got 100 more than you had. Damn.
Hey, I'm grateful.
$100.
I'm grateful. God damn, tough crowd like you
Inflation.
said.
$100.
Exactly. I was just saying.
$100 was lunch.
It's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm going out to eat with some friends. Oh, you out of town? Boom.
Oh yes, God. Oh yes, God. Do that.
And it's because in previous conversations she's never asked you for anything.
And she got her
That's at
own.
the point you want to show love, or you like, here you go, babe. Nah, this is how much I care for you, so shit like that.
Okay, so when she start asking, then what?
So it ain't tricking if you got it, but if you ain't got it, then you a gold digger.
No, the gold digger asks first.
Okay.
Expects.
Ask and expect and don't have nothing, but got something. Don't ask, get everything. It makes sense.
It's a way to play the game. Women, y'all got it. Y'all got everything in y'all's control.
I believe that, and I wish a lot of
people just play it badly.
Yeah.
A guy, if they have it, they will give you everything you don't ask for.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they have it. But the problem is,
do you have friends like that? Or do you know any men who do those things that you said?
Yeah.
And they're single? And you haven't told me about? Oh,
This
God.
guy that's out here
I wanna
just
remain
fighting for
friends with
ourselves.
You want to remain? Fabian, you know that I would be a phenomenal partner and asset to somebody's life.
I know. But a lot of my
Especially
good
since
friends
I'm grown
are my
now.
age. A lot of my good friends are my age.
Okay.
How?
You have expressed you didn't want anybody there.
Oh, you have.
I didn't tell you.
You have.
Like in they
Don't
50s?
ask.
Because you like trying to get me. I need a nigga with a strong back. No offense to you, I don't know if you got a strong back or not, but I'm just saying when I become, you know what I'm saying, 50 and you 70 and stuff, like I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, she thinking about it too hard. Like,
But you got to think about those things if you
okay,
want to get married and you dating an older
keep dating
man.
a 34-year-old who looking
some
at
of
you
these-
from the parking lot outside your apartment.
No, some of these 34-year-olds,
dogs.
they got erectile dysfunction and beer bellies and shit like that too. So don't get me wrong, they fucked up too. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so I got a hypothetical question.
Oh, I hate those. Oh, that's for him.
It's for the crowd. So you're dating you're not dating. You're conversing with somebody, and they want to see you, and they know what type of person you are. You know, you do what you got to do. You go to work. You may overwork yourself, whatever that looks like, and they talking about how they want to see you, and you're like, well, I got to go to work. If they want to see you, what you think their response should be?
What, and he can't, what, is there time conflicts because he works and you guys have conflicting schedules?
No, he said, I want to see you on this day, and you say, I got to go
Come
to
see
work
me
that
then,
day.
nigga.
But you say, I got to go to work that day.
You get a lunch break, you can do something. FaceTime, do something.
When you get off.
Exactly.
What if y'all don't live in the same state?
Can he FaceTime?
No, he wants to see you. Like, y'all talk on a consistent basis. Y'all FaceTime, but now he wants to see you in person. And the day that he wants to see you, you say, I got to go to work that day. What should his response be?
He should.
And y'all don't live in the same state. So it ain't like,
Well, then
see
he
me when you get off
should-
work.
So then he should, maybe y'all should plan a day when both y'all can have time for each other then. The fuck? You saying like he should find a way? Like he should, what's she saying?
He should pay her to not go to
Is
work
that what you're gonna say?
and fly her to wherever she want to see her.
Is that what you, okay, is that what you,
If you want to see me that bad.
I knew that's what she was going with that. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Okay, she like, y'all should make a day where y'all can see each other.
That's,
Like,
okay, I thought it was
Put
like he
it in
wanted
the
to see
schedule.
you that day.
If he wants to
Okay.
see you that bad, you should be able to cover every bill that I'm gonna miss because I.
Okay, got you.
and whatever it looks like.
Oh, I don't see nothing wrong with
it.
that.
It have to be a bill. Whatever I would miss by not going to work. If I say, okay, well, I got to call in if you want to see me that day, then.
I'm get. You gonna reimburse me for that time?
Mm.
Yeah, I knew that's what she was talking about.
Do you? And
But
do you,
am I wrong for
is
thinking
that a
that way
problem?
though?
Do you think that's a problem? Do you think it's a problem?
It gives a little selfish vibe.
Is it? If you okay, let me take a step back then.
Because nobody wants to mess with anybody's money, and nobody, and you know, here. I'm gonna tell you this, and please don't get offended by this.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody said that to me, I'm like, what? You hooking now? You a call girl?
Okay.
That's the vibe it gives me.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want anybody to tell me no shit like that. My whole thing is like, hey, I gotta work this weekend. All right, well, what about such and such? We would make up time. I would never think, because I honestly think I would be offending you if I said that.
Okay.
That's what I would think. I would be offending you if I said
Okay, so I guess there needs to be a little bit more backstory. Let me take back, you don't talk to this person all the time. It's somebody you just met. Y'all have gone out on a couple dates. Y'all don't talk on a consistent basis. Every time he want to see you, you got to work that day. So now you kind of got an attitude because I've told you again, I got to go to work.
I would think you're not interested.
I mean, my schedule was pre-plotted. Like, it ain't like I called in and say, I want to come to work tonight.
You're not interested because you're not putting forth any effort.
You don't think she's accommodating to be like, hey, let's make some plan B's or let's give me some options.
I mean, especially if you don't offer any alternative.
Gotcha.
So you just say, oh, I got to work.
I can see that.
But if I say that, it's because you specifically asked me to see me on this day. You weren't trying to make no plans to say, hey, can you make it work? Can you come see me this weekend? No, you wanted to see me on that particular day, and you had an attitude because I couldn't come that day.
Is it because of a concert or some shit? He want to take you to a concert?
Right, like why is it so
No,
fucking
there was no
pressing?
conversation about.
Why was that day important? His parents gonna be in town or some shit?
Right.
Your guess is good as mine.
Yeah, it's
So
just
did
his.
you get any alternatives?
Did I give alternative?
Yeah.
Why? If you got an attitude about me not being able to see you on that particular day of the week, why should I give?
Oh, that was a power move right there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a power move, and then if you would have called in, lost your money and all that shit, he get to say, man, that bitch came in and everything.
Yeah, you see what I'm. But now you see where I'm going with this.
I see where you're going, but like I say, if I wanted to see you that bad,
Okay, well, let me.
And I just wanted to see you. I understand is that you're talking about a specific time, specific day. That was a power move on him.
And my response was, I would have to call in. I ain't just say, oh, I gotta go to work today. Like it wasn't no cut. It was like I would have to call in to work. That's exactly what I said.
And then he said, well, I really need you to come this week. And I said, yeah.
Oh,
Then
boy,
you say,
fuck you.
I will pay that. Well, I got you. How much?
You see what I'm saying? But
you, I mean, it took you a minute to get to that point.
Cause you know I don't like
Yeah,
telling my business, but I have to go around the way to tell my business.
The other way, if it was just that, no, nigga, you gotta pay me to go.
No, yeah.
See, that's what I
never
thought
came out of
too.
my. That never
That's what I
came
thought
out of my
too.
mouth to say, "Oh, you need to pay." All I said was, he said he wanted to see me on that day of the week, that specific day, and kind of had an attitude. And I said, I would have to call into work.
And he like, so.
No, that's not what he said.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that
way
that
you put it that way is different.
Yeah, that makes him say. That's a him thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
You wasn't fucking.
Because he's not accommodating at all. He's not accommodating at all, and you're not being solution oriented, and you getting the hissy fit. Bye, sassy.
Yeah.
Bye, girl. The fuck. Bye, sis. I call you when your period is off. Ugh. Yeah, no. Oh my goodness. I love a man that provides solutions and options.
Absolutely.
If something needs to be done and you want it to be done, and clearly
Make
just
it
the
work.
fact that you was possibly even willing to take out, because money, me replacing the money and all this stuff like that, that's paramount. But sometimes if you have like pressing things going off at work and you calling in, like sometimes that can disturb whatever you got
Right.
going on at work. So the fact that you're even considered that, it's like,
Right.
that shows a sacrifice. You're not giving any sacrifices, solutions,
Yeah.
and you're giving me sass.
And it gives too, like,
You're
and
irrational.
I kind of feel like this is where it would have went, just because I kind of know his personality. It would have been like, well, you don't know what I was gonna do for you had you just called in.
Okay, and I wouldn't.
But I can't take that chance.
No. Fuck no.
Yeah.
Oh, one of those. Don't be irrational. Don't be irrational.
Yeah.
Don't be irrational, men.
Man.
Women don't be irrational either, but men don't be irrational.
Yeah.
Like, it's 10 times worse when men are irrational and in their feelings and acting all sassy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A woman, it's expected, it's still fucked up, but not watering down there, but it's like, girl.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, there's part of my business
Well,
for this week.
hey, it's a scenario.
Yeah.
It's
Hypothetical.
hypothetical scenario.
Well,
Another episode, another week single, and
Another week
thriving
single.
and happy.
And talking behind the camera.
Talking behind the camera when I hope maybe they heard something.
I know
some
they probably heard him.
yeah. But by our responses, y'all can pretty much.
Hopefully. We love you guys for watching. And we'll catch you next week on another episode of Misunderstood the Podcast. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Bye.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.